I mean, I guess I have to toe the line, but I can't get down with a kid that calls in about Christianity and saying it doesn't matter anyway, we should all just kind of lay down or we have to do things. She talks about Martin Luther King Jr. I know that G. Edward Griffin doesn't feel that Martin Luther King Jr. is the hero that I do, but that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to my opinion. I don't know. What can you do? You can't please everybody. Will in Canada. Will, you're on the line.
Yeah, why aren't you Alex, Jason?
I'm not Alex. I'm never going to be Alex.
I'm just messing with you.
I know, man.
Go over two interesting things. During Obama's speech today, the strange part when you actually look at it is he never used the word terrorist once in the entire speech. The word that he does use over and over, however, numerous times, was extremists. So I see them starting to target basically whatever they consider as formed as extremism is what they're going to start to target. Well,
they often do change the language before they're gearing up to go after other people.
That's correct, yeah. And just secondly, this has more to do with the immigration problem you guys obviously have in the United States. I just wanted to throw a few numbers out there, just to put it in perspective for people, is that your government admittedly has 30-plus million illegals in the country. That's admitted. Yeah. The population of the United States, obviously, is 330 million Americans. So what I don't understand is that all these border-crossing checkpoint videos, just from a numerical standpoint, statistically, 1 out of every 10 bodies that passes through that checkpoint should be detained and deported.
Yeah, no, you're right, but it doesn't happen. Listen, 1 out of 10 bodies, let me tell you something. In my neighborhood, dude, it should be 8 out of 10 homes.
Oh, I know your neighborhood. I'm down in Texas all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, statistically, you should see droves of people getting ready for deportation. You just don't see them.
No,
the amount
it's
of
about
illegals,
a control center. It's not about deporting illegals.
Yeah, the amount of illegals you admittedly have in the country would be equivalent to the entire population of Canada walking across the border, every man, woman, and child.
No, it's scary. And you're right. Yeah, no, it's wild. You got anything else for me, Will?
No, that was it. Yeah.
All right, brother. I thank you for the call. I'm going to jump to Jim in Arkansas. Jim, you're on the air.
Jason, you there?
Yes, this is not Alex Jones. This is Jason Bermas. I warn you.
I promise a kindler, gentler call.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Real quick, the woman, I think her name was Susan a few minutes ago from Arkansas.
Yeah, the one that got her children taken away by DHS.
Right. That DHS, it is called the Department of Human Services here in Arkansas, not to be confused with the Department of Homeland Gestapo. That's what they call basically Child Protective Services here in Arkansas. Okay. Now, 2 quick points. I had asked you Friday before Memorial Day if you knew of a related bill to Ron Paul's 1207.
Okay.
I don't know if you recall that. There is. If you go to thomas.gov, it's Senate Bill 604.
Senate 604, Ron Paul. Okay.
The thing that alarms me about that is there are no co-sponsors. Almost exactly the same title as Ron Paul's bill.
Now, is this where is it? Do you know whether it's in committee or it's just been introduced?
No, this is a couple of days old. It said it referred to Senate committee. Status is read twice and referred to Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs.
All right, so it's just being referred to committee. It's not in committee yet, and then it gets voted on in the House. I'll go check it out. I'll go read it. I got it written on this one. I've been really on this 1444 bill because I think the language in it where it says mandatory service for everybody, and then it specifically talks about how they're going to get the baby boomer generation to volunteer is very, I mean, the baby, by the time this gets passed, I mean, what's the baby boomers at? They got to be like 60, 65 years old on the average now, right?
Well, I'm considered one, and I'm 50. So.
All right. So what's the range on the baby boomer? When does it jump from baby boomer to Gen X?
I think it's was 1947 to 1964.
So 47 is 62 years old for the oldest, and then just under 50 for the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
Still, why should you have to give up national service? Why should you have to volunteer to a country that's overtaxing you, is constantly at war with somebody who's not the enemy, and killing people abroad, in the name of imperialism, really?
I got you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay. And I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this or not. The guy that made all the Obama deception DVDs out in Phoenix.
Yeah, the 10,000 that were given away.
Right. Okay, there's another venue that you might want to contact those guys that's coming up out there that would be just as important, I think. Mm-hmm. The Veteran of Foreign Wars National Meeting is in Phoenix, August 15th to the 20th.
Well, you should email them, guys, at their We Are Change site. I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are members of We Are Change, and that's a good way to network. I love that organization, and they're constantly a target of mainstream media bashing. I thank you for the call. Well, I guess I got to brush up on my Bible. I got to start reading the Bible more. I'm probably going to get flack for calling the Bible the Bible at the end, and that's not to joke or goof on anybody, but I just feel like, man, I went through so much of that as a kid. I was going to church and going to Sunday school and going to weekend retreats all the way up until I was 12. A couple of my friends are still really, really, really religious. One of them is like a hardcore Catholic. Another one did grow up to be a pastor, always trying to get me to go to church. I don't know. You know, I feel like, how much more do I have to do? I'm not even trying to prove myself in the eyes of God, and I know some people might be kind of upset at that. I'm trying to prove myself in the eyes of humanity, that we should stand up for something that's good and right and our personal freedoms and the love of our family. Religion is outside that to me. I think that everybody should have the right to do whatever they want as long as they're not infringing on anybody else's freedoms. You hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? As long as you're not harming somebody else, as long as you're not causing damage to somebody else maliciously, you should be able to do what you want. That's what this country was founded on, based on. People were getting out of a country where they were being persecuted for their religious beliefs. I don't want to persecute anybody for anything. Okay? I want to persecute those who are persecuting us. I want to go after those who would have us under their thumbs, who would put a chip in our arms, who would force us to pay a carbon tax, to bow down to our lords, to be quarantined, to take a vaccine that's no good for you. Those are the people that I want to persecute. But I want to prosecute them in an open court first, so their persecution is just. It's the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com. Thank you all.
The New World Order beast is genetically modifying your food, mixing vegetables with animals, and now experimenting with viruses. Without a long-term food solution, you will have just two options: starve, or surrender. All canned food supplies will eventually run out. What then? Grow your own healthy food and feed your family forever. SurvivalistSeeds.com is now the nation's largest bulk heirloom seed company, and it's owned by a real patriot, Big John Lipscomb. You can now have an infinite amount of healthy vegetables like a watermelon, a bundle of carrots, or tomatoes for a little more than a penny each. SurvivalistSeeds.com. And now you can go into business with Big John at SurvivalistSeeds.com by becoming an affiliate. See his link at SurvivalistSeeds.com.